Wake up, wake up, everybody, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, and good morning, good morning, good morning, wake up, good morning. It's bright and shiny outside. Good morning, Mahomed. Thank you very much for joining me. Good morning, everybody. It is that time again where we meet and we chat and we converse and we talk and we laugh and we share together. We teach each other. Remember, these are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in lockdown, a platform where I share with you what I'm thinking about, what is in my mind, what is in my heart. Good morning, Mary. Thank you so very much for joining me. Good morning, Evelyn. Evelyn is joining us from Lusaka, Zambia. Zambia is blessed this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. This is how we are going to start today. I promised you that today we are going to be talking about singleness. And indeed, we are going to be talking about singleness. Good morning, Patience D. Patience says good morning to everybody. So, we're going to start like this. Good morning, Base. This is how we are going to start this morning. Join me and please understand why I want to start like this, okay? I want to start with our very own Maxi. Saying hello, my baby. You remember this song? Good morning, Kenneth. Hello, my chocolate. You remember? I'll tell you why I'm playing this song. Hello, my baby. Hello, my chocolate. Our very own Maxi Sidimedi Makalita. Good morning, Waja. My time. Hello, my chocolate. My punchi. Dilonyana time. You remember that time? Listen to this. I like it when you say to me, show me your figure. I don't mind your face. It's a beautiful song. Good morning, Carelo. Good morning, Nilingo. Today we are talking about singleness. Have you heard this? You are single and somebody says to you, show me your figure, I don't mind your face. Show me your figure and turn around. Good morning, Mox. Good morning, Moses. This is how we start the day today with Maxi. Nakiarata. How Good morning, Ibuso. Good morning, Mary Tolufellow. Mary Tolufellow says, your labor is not in vain, woman of God. Thank you so very much for the encouragement. I appreciate it. Today we're talking about singleness. You asked me to talk about it. So we are talking about it today. Good morning, Lizzie. Thank you so very much for joining us. The reason why I'm starting with this song is because it says, hello, my baby. You know, when you're single, at times you become lonely and you desire to have that person who can pick up the phone and just call you and say, hello, baby. So I thought, let me be the one to say hello, my baby, to you this morning as we're talking about singleness. Singleness is an interesting stage of life, because you have to understand that life is a cycle. You are born, you live life, and there are different stages of life. Singleness being one of that stage. And here is my take on singleness. It is the most important stage of your life, of my life. And I will clarify, I will explain to you why I am saying that. Singleness is a stage in your life where you are by yourself. You are unattached to nobody. You don't have a partner, either male or female. You are unspoken for. You are unmarried. You are not committed to anybody. It is me, myself, and I. The selfish trinity. I call it the selfish trinity. Me, myself, and I. Where it is all about you. It is all about you and nobody. It is a beautiful stage of life. And singleness is a stage that everybody has to go through. And I would explain why we wisely. Because it is during this stage of you being single. It's a critical stage of your life. You are uncommitted to anybody. You are a free bird. Therefore, you can fly and soar with the eagles. You can achieve great things during this period of your life. You can become whomever and whatever you want to become. You can do whatever because you're not answerable to anybody. You don't owe anybody any explanations. Please talk to me about this. Send me a message. Talk to me. I need your input on the subject. Host a watch party. Invite your friends. We're talking about singleness today. Most people, they say they struggle with singleness. To a certain extent, I do understand. And to a certain extent, I don't understand. And I will explain again why I am saying that. Singleness is a stage where you are free to roam the streets. You are allowed to be idle. But here's the thing. As much as you are single, roaming the street can be dangerous. Being idle cannot be good for you because you run the risk of stopping at every pit stop. I'm speaking in parables here, so follow me. You run the risk of stopping at every pit stop that looks appealing, attractive, and enticing to you. Surface looks. Follow me, I'm going somewhere here. Good morning. He says he just had to be here. Good morning and welcome. We thank you for joining us. Singleness, we're talking about singleness this morning. Singleness is the beautiful stage of life that everybody has to go through. And remember this, once that stage has passed, it has passed. You will not get it back. Even after you divorce, and if you get married and you divorce, you are no longer a single person. You are a divorcee. So hear me very well. I'm not undermining or belittling those that have been divorced. I'm simply clarifying something here. That singleness is a state of life that you go through before you can get into marriage. And it is important that you embrace that stage because it's a beautiful stage. Some say it's a scary stage. It is not. You can explore your life freely. You can make all the wrong turns, take all the wrong turns, and it is okay. This is the only time when you are permitted to make a mistake and it is okay. Yes, you will pay dearly for those mistakes. But then again, making those decisions avails to you great opportunities of life to create something out of yourself, for yourself. Because singleness is all about me, myself, and I, the selfish trinity. It's all about you. It's time for you to work on yourself, to empower yourself, to acquire knowledge and to acquire skills without worrying about another person. It's time for you to build, to mold yourself into the best person that you can be. It is that stage of life where you have to discover who you are. But most importantly, singleness is that stage of life where you have to learn self-love. You have to learn how to love yourself. The reason why some people find it difficult to love you is because you don't even love you. You don't even love yourself. How do you expect, if you don't love yourself, for somebody else to come into your life and be able to love you? When you hate yourself, when you can't live with yourself, how do you expect somebody else now to join hands with you in a marriage covenant and be able to live with you? When you can't live with yourself. So singleness is a critical stage of life because it is where you discover yourself. You discover who you are. You build your own self-image during this period of life. You understand? Because this is how it goes with singleness. Singleness is the time for you to pursue what you want to pursue, to do what you want to do. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm saying. I love the stage of singleness because it avails to you that it takes away from you. Because marriage is good, yes. I'm a serious advocate for marriage and I love marriage. But marriage takes something away from you. It takes your independence away from you. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Omalicha. Good morning, Taulo. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We are talking about singleness. So here is how it goes. When you are single, it is time for you to discover your self-identity. Because in life, self-identity is key. Because self-identity is the one that gives you your true identity, your true self. It is the one that teaches you how to enjoy life. Therefore, self-love is important during that time. Because the Bible says, love the Lord thy God with all of your heart. Number one, you cannot love God if you don't know how to love yourself. The second commandment is love thy neighbor. You cannot love thy neighbor if you don't know how to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, able to know how to love. It doesn't matter whether you love God or you love another human being, but you won't know. So singleness is that stage where you need to ground yourself. Take advantage of that stage. I said to you before, it comes only once in your lifetime. So take advantage of that stage. Ground yourself. Discover yourself. Discover the morals and the principles that you want to live by. Because now you have gotten into that stage where you are defining yourself. Because you need to define yourself to you and to everybody else. If you don't do that, people will define you and they will get it wrong. Singleness is that period of time where you have to embark on a spiritual journey by yourself. Because there are certain paths of life that you enjoy and you get the most out of when you are traveling as a loner. So singleness is a state and a stage of life where you are alone. You embark on certain paths without pressure from your partner, from nobody, without nobody judging you. You've made a mistake. You've taken the wrong turn. It is okay. You've learned from that. Get up. Dust yourself. Keep on moving, for there is greater that is waiting for you. Remember, it is your self-identity. I said singleness is a stage where you identify. And it is the self-identity that you manage to attain when you are single that will make you to be attractive to the right mate. So, singleness is a preparation stage where it prepares you for life. It prepares you for greatness. It prepares you for marriage. Yes, it's a time of preparation. The reason why you need to find your identity when you are still single is because once you found your true identity, you become grounded and you become stable with that identity, such that when your mate, your life partner comes, you won't change on them. You will remain constant because you've done all of these other things whilst you were still single. Singleness is a time, a stage of life where it is all right to make mistakes. I said that before. Learn from the mistakes. Get up, dust yourself, get back on that horse called life. Keep on living life, for there is no formula for a great life. You have to figure it out as you move along. Huitana says, woman of God, what about aging? Or you can be single for a lifetime. Yes, you can be single for a lifetime if you want. And there is nothing called aging. You are aging according to whom? Who said that you are aging? Time is simply passing by. You are aging according to whom? Who said you should be married? Who said you need to get married? Here is the thing. We make the mistake. We don't teach our children how to be single. I've never met a parent who teaches their children how to be single, how to embrace that stage of life. Instead of us teaching our children how to embrace singleness, we put pressure on them. We tell them, get married. Yet they are not ready for marriage. Yet they have not prepared for marriage. Yet they are not mature enough. Take your time and mature. Because when you get married whilst you are still immature, you run the risk of setting yourself up for a serious downfall. And for that title that you don't want to be attached to you, the title of being called a divorcee. I'm not saying that when you marry whilst you are young, you will divorce. Hear me well. I'm saying take your time, take advantage of your being single and prepare and mature and grow. Because it is during this period of time when you are single that you develop muscle. You develop a thick skin. You learn how to resist certain things of life, certain pressures of life, such as the lusts of life. You learn ways of maneuvering around life. But have you learned? Have you permitted that stage of life of being single to make you? Because it is a making stage. It is a molding phase where you discover yourself. When you are single, it is time for you to identify that vision of life that you want to pursue. Those dreams that are embedded deep inside of your heart. It is time to explore them. You understand? Because a vision of life is something that you discover when you are by yourself. You don't discover your vision after marriage. You have to discover your vision and your dreams prior, before you get married. And you have to start pursuing that vision, those dreams, whilst you are still single. So singleness is a stage that God gives you for you to learn how to pursue the most important things about life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me, talk to me, send me a message, say something to you. You understand? Because you have to understand something. Women are attracted to men with vision. Men are attracted to women that are grounded and that have got a vision. And these are women and men that have learned how to be self-sufficient in their singleness. Men and women who have learned how to be content in their singleness. Because when you learn how to be sufficient and be content with your singleness, you will learn how to live life happily. You will learn how to be happy because you discover happiness whilst you are still single. Marriage does not make you happy. You understand? Happiness is something that you discover whilst you're still single. So singleness is your happy time. Yes, I said that singleness is your happy time. It is not time for you to be miserable, to be lonely. Because you are not alone. Eh? You're not alone when you're single. You are with so many things. You've got so many things that you need to do. You've got so many discoveries of life. Eh? Happiness lies within you. Another person does not come to you to make you happy. No. Happiness lies within you. So singleness is a stage of life where you discover happiness from within. And when that happiness from within, when you discover it, it shines out. It makes you bright. It makes you stand out. It makes you shine. And it is that happiness that you've discovered within you that makes you attractive and appealing to a mate. So it's your happy time. So make sure that you are happy. Discover it. It is a time where you are responsible for yourself, for you. And you know that you are responsible for your happiness because there's nobody who's responsible for your happiness. Singleness is that stage where you learn how to be you responsible. You take the responsibility for self. Have you met those people that just cannot be responsible for themselves? And here's the question. If you are failing to be responsible for self, how then are you going to be responsible for your children, for your husband, for your in-laws? Singleness is a making stage. You learn how to be responsible for self because your success is in your hands, inclusive of your failures. And it is okay to fail. Successful people are people that are not afraid of failure because they understand that failure is a part of life. It is a stage of life that you go through. You understand that you are the architect of your own life. Therefore, plan it well. And singleness is part of that planning stage, part of that planning phase that you have to go through. Make your life look beautiful. No woman, no man can come into your life and beautify your life. And singleness is that stage of life where you beautify yourself. It is a rite of passage. It is normal, therefore, to be single because you have to pass through that stage. And when you are passing through that stage of singleness, do not permit loneliness to overshadow you. Engage yourself. Stay busy. Find something to do. Discover what your hobbies are. Learn when you are single how to enjoy being alone. Start enjoying single. And understand that when you are single, it is okay. It is your season to be single. It is your time to be single. Your time to get married will come. Therefore, don't compare yourself to another person because your faces are your faces. They're different from mine. I get into my phases of life at the time that is my time. You get through your phases at your own time. You understand? And here is the thing about being single. You beautify yourself because this is the reality of life. People love beautiful things. People love to pick good fruit. That is how you get chosen to be married. It's because you are beautiful. You are appealing. Work on yourself. Develop yourself. You understand? If you want to be picked for marriage, work on your singleness. Don't work on getting married. Work on your singleness. Develop yourself. How? Which areas do you need to develop? Number one, develop yourself mentally. Educate yourself. Sharpen your intelligence. Put substance into your head. Because I will tell you something. There is no partner that wants a dumb partner. People want to have intelligent conversations. Conversations that challenge them, that are appealing to them. So, when he, she comes your way, will they find that you are able to converse? Will they conclude that you are intelligent? Because it is not your beauty that keeps your man, but it is your intelligence that keeps your man. Therefore, develop that intelligence. Cultivate it. Have you ever met a beautiful woman, a handsome man, yet empty up here? Eh? They're good to look at. They're not interesting to live with. Singleness is that stage where you make yourself to be interesting. Number two, you have to develop yourself physically. Because human beings, you have to understand, are attracted by what they see. We see, then we get attracted. So develop your appearance, the way you look. Package yourself nicely. Eh? Package yourself nicely. Look attractive. Eh? Do not be an embarrassment. Because he or she wants somebody who is going to be looking on point. Number three, develop yourself emotionally. I'm teaching you how to survive singleness. Because people have a tendency of saying, but how do I survive singleness? Engage yourself. Develop yourself. Develop yourself emotionally. Work on your emotions. Discover yourself emotionally. You know what? Everybody wants a mature and a balanced partner. Nobody wants to marry a psycho. Nobody wants drama in their lives. You understand? So when you don't know how to handle your emotions, when you haven't discovered yourself emotionally, it becomes difficult for somebody to come into your life and be able to live amicably with you. So develop yourself emotionally. Grow, mature. Number four, develop yourself financially when you are still single. You are supposed to be a helpmeet to your husband. Husband, you are supposed to be a provider to your wife. So where are the finances? Work on your balance sheet whilst you are still alone. Be financially independent. Handle your business. Handle your obligations to your family and handle them well whilst you are still single. You understand? Because it says if you are responsible financially for yourself, therefore you can be able to be responsible for a family, for a partner, financially, for the household. And this is the time for you to invest wisely. Choose your investments wisely. Invest. Grow yourself while you are still single. Number five, develop yourself spiritually. Because it is your spirituality that defines you. Remember, you are a spirit being. You are talking about singleness today. I'm teaching you how to live a single life. How to survive without feeling very lonely. Because the mistake that we do is that we feel that we always have to be having a partner. Who says so? Get on the spirituality journey whilst you are still single. Discover God. Sharpen your relationship with the Supreme Being. Whatever you want to believe in, start believing in it while you are still single. Embark on this journey. Find yourself. Find your center whilst you are still single. In conclusion, this is what I want to say to you. People that have discovered themselves whilst they are single, their marriage, they last. They are able to hold. They keep their marriages together. Figure out your singleness before marriage. Know yourself. Love yourself in singleness. Because you cannot love somebody else if you have failed to love yourself in singleness. Singleness is a stage where you learn about love. And it is more important to be single than to be married. Yes, it is more important to be single than to be married. Why do I say that? Because when you are single, it is time for you. It is time for you to grow. It is time to feed yourself. It is time. But here's the thing. Singleness is a prerequisite to marriage. You have to be single before you can get married. It's singleness that prepares you for marriage. Singleness is your preparatory stage. Therefore, don't despise your singleness. Do not look down upon yourself when you are single. You are simply going through your preparatory stage. Take it serious. Commit to being single and do it very, very well. Understanding that your marriage is as good as your singleness. Yes, your marriage is as good as your singleness. If you can do being single very well, you can do marriage very well. If you can do being single very well, you can do being married very well. It's interesting that you are too quiet. You are very quiet. You are not commenting. You are very quiet. You are listening. You are watching, yet you are very quiet. And I wonder why. We're talking about singleness. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you think. Huh? And you have to understand that when you are going through the singleness stage, I said to you that it is your preparatory stage. And therefore, it has to be intentional because you are preparing yourself for marriage. So whatever you do, it has to be a calculated move. Every decisions have to be calculated. Huh? It is a stage of self-awareness where you know yourself, know your fruit. Is it bitter or sweet? When you're single, check yourself. Your fruit, is it bitter or sweet? Swallow that fruit. If someone cannot swallow that fruit, then you are not ready for marriage. You still need to work on yourself. Because you have to understand something. Singleness is beautiful. It's a good stage. Therefore, maximize your singleness. Because you will never get that stage back. And you have to understand that best relationships in life, inclusive of marriage, they are based on shared values, shared dreams, shared beliefs, and shared goals. So, discover your goals, your values, your dreams, your vision, your belief, and your goals, your principles that define you whilst you're still single. Because being single is a stage of life. It's a stage that defines you. It is a stage that molds you. It is a stage that sharpens you. So don't run away from being single. Don't shy away from being single. Don't be depressed by being single. Embrace that stage. Love it. The Bible encourages us that we need to seek the Lord whilst we are still single. Because once we get into a marriage covenant, we've got many things now that will keep us busy, that will take us away from God, from loving God as He would want us to love Him. So I want to end on this note today to say, embrace your singleness. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being single. And please understand, when I'm speaking to you about singleness, at no point did I talk to you about whether you should indulge or you should not indulge. That is your personal decision. That is your personal decision. That is a choice that you have to make in life. And when you make that decision, you'll be making it well informed because you know how it feels like. You know the joy of being single. Because when you are single, it is easy for you to even take care of your family without any drama. Take care of your family whilst you are so single. Take care of your mother. Take care of your siblings. Take care of your uncles. Take care of your relatives. Invest wisely. Do the right thing. Find your vision. Find your feet. Find your feet. Find your feet. Find your feet. No, don't just find your feet, but also find your place in life when you are single. Because it is your place in life that you find that will make you to shine, that will make you to rise. Find your place. Find your place when you are so single. That's my encouragement to you today. Embrace that stage of being single. It is okay to make those mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't look at other people and envy them. Don't envy their relationships, for you don't know what is inside of those relationships. Love yourself. Above all, love God. Then you will be attractive to a mate. You will be appealing. You will look good. You will smell good. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Embrace that single stage of life. The stage of being unattached. The stage of being in the Trinity. The selfish Trinity. That is the only time that you are allowed to engage in the self-Trinity. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Discover your hobbies. Travel the world. Travel the world. If you want to travel. Don't be shy to tell people that you are single. Being single to an intelligent person, it says to them, you are living your life. It says to them, you are on a journey of self-discovery. Therefore, embrace your singleness and work on yourself and work on your dreams and embrace the love of God. Learn how to love yourself, and you shall be able to love another person. And when you are single, here is my final advice to you. Watch your thoughts, guard your thoughts, and guard your heart. Don't fall into the pit of loneliness. Don't be idle. Do something. Do something. Read a book. Write a book. Most people, they will tell you, if they have got the truth in them, that they achieved more in their singleness than they did when they were attached to another person. Because when you are single, you are able to fly like an eagle. You soar. Your dreams, you've got clarity of vision. Therefore, take advantage of your singleness and achieve more. Build yourself. Mold yourself. It is okay to be single. It's a beautiful stage of life. Embrace it and love it. It is a God-given moment. It is a God-given phase of life. Embrace it and make the most out of it. Have you met those people that you look at and you're shocked by their behavior? They are married, yet behaving like they are single. Why? They missed the phase of being single. When they were single, they didn't do the things that a single person is supposed to do. So now in their marriage life, they've gone backwards to do those things that they were supposed to have done whilst they were single. Live a life of no regrets. Do what you're supposed to do when you're single, so that when you get married, you don't feel like you are in a cage. You don't feel like you're in a cage because you've lived life. You've lived life. So embrace your singleness. Be happy in your singleness. Be happy in your singleness. smile, have joy, explore new things, enrich your life in your singleness. For being single is beautiful. These are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in lockdown. A platform where I meet with you every day at 8 o'clock and I share with you my thoughts. We meet again tomorrow. Host a watch party. Invite somebody. Inbox me. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're going through. Suggest a topic and we shall talk about it. And don't be shy to press that share button. Share the message with your friends. And if you are looking for more of my sessions, they're available on YouTube under Prophetess Magimabich. You'll find them. They're available on my page. I love you with the love of God. And I bid you shalom, shalom. And I pray for every single person out there, young or old, because being single is not a matter of age. Age doesn't matter. Embrace being single. Love it. Fly. Fly with the eagles. Achieve more. Dream big. Clarity of thought, clarity of vision. That's my prayer for you. That you excel in that loneliness shall not be a part of you. But happiness in your singleness shall be your daily bread. That's my prayer for you. Let's learn how to be single. Let's embrace singleness. Let's develop ourselves. Let's mature ourselves. Let's educate ourselves. Let's mold ourselves. Let's beautify. Let's beautify ourselves when we are single. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful phase of life. It's a beautiful stage of life. May your life of being a single person be filled with joy. We meet again tomorrow. Shalom, shalom. I love you with the love of God. May God keep you and bless you greatly. Until we meet tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, same platform. We'll be talking about something else. Feel free to suggest the topic and we talk about it. These are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in lockdown. And I salute you. More grace to you.